Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to Racecraft TV for the Snead Competition Truck Series live from Phoenix ISM Raceway. I'm Austin Knight, and y'all are watching Racecraft TV for the Phoenix 200 for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day and are going to have a fantastic evening, as we're currently here in qualifying at Phoenix right now. Well, let's go into race mode and get ready to go racing. Currently qualifying, it is on right now. Dustin Scruggs is sitting there at provisional pole. He's followed by Thomas Haley. We have a few people out on track right now. Currently, Stephen Thomas is sliding around. He's currently sitting in fourth, and that's his second lap in the gutter right there. The Virginia driver not going to be challenging for pole. He's going to be finishing out that lap. But Scruggs, Haley, Richards, Thomas in fourth, just by under 500ths of a second. Haley 3,000ths of a second behind. And third, it is Michael McKinnon. Actually, no, McKinnon is in fifth. As we're looking at Jesse Sarge right now, they're completing their second lap right now, and Phoenix is so unique of a track. Turner is currently sitting in sixth place, and Rogge, but Jesse Sarge jumps up all the way into ninth place. And Rhett Tucker jumps up, breaks up the field into fifth place. And let's ride on board with Rhett Tucker. He's coming out of unique turn one through the open dog leg of turn two, air quotes. And that long, flat, almost flat turn of turns 3 and 4 before getting onto the gas. And it's not like it is in real life. The starting line is right here. Rhett Tucker comes across the line, and he is going to go into provisional pole with a 2:27.55 pole by just 100th of a second. Jason Higginbottom right here. He's setting up the fastest time in practice. Let's see if he can do that as he comes across the line. Jason jumps all the way up. He takes pole from Rhett Tucker. Dane Hagen, he just finished his lap. He's going to qualify in 17th. Raul Meza, the 37, the California driver. He's close to his home right now, but he had something's just happened to his car, and well, he's going to park it up right there. But currently, it is Higginbotham on pole, and it will be Higginbotham on pole with Rhett Tucker joining in beside him. So very interesting qualifying situation here at Phoenix, as we're gonna read y'all through our grid here today. It's Jason Higginbotham started up on pole with Rhett Tucker in that 99 by 400ths and second back behind Jason in that front row. Right beside of them is Keith Bradley, Dustin Scruggs, Thomas Haley, Robert Richards, Justin Lumpkin, Stephen Thomas, Michael McKinnon, Chip Turner, Nathan Rauge, Jesse Sarge in 12th place. They're going to be followed by Tyler Daniels, Clinton Castleberry, Jonathan Munda, Taylor Peacock, Dane Hagen, Mickey Williams, Tim D. Price, Scott Osmat, Tyler Dittmer, Mark Truxall, Brandon Bullock, and Raul Meza in 24th position. And starting at the back of the grid is Eric Zimmerman in 25th. Well, that is your grid. Let's get ready to go race truck racing here in Phoenix. And since it's just me, I'm gonna ask everyone in chat to chip in and put down a little bet. What are the odds? Who do you have your money on for today's result? As it's just me, I will be biased the entire time, so I will not say a thing, because, well, I'm not a biased person. I don't want to be a biased person. But something tells me Jason Higginbotham has this race on lock. 500ths of a second quicker than Rhett Tucker. Let's see if he can keep that out there as we are just waiting for these guys to get on going on this pace lap. And here we go on the iRacing F-150 pace truck. I believe it's an F-150. I am not sure. But here for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series for the Phoenix 200. It will be an F-150 because I said so. Pretty sure that's how it works, right? Wondering where Tyler is right now. Tyler might be joining us middle of the broadcast. He's currently covering some stuff with at New Symetra Speedway. There were some modifieds going around there, and he had to go see it. Well, y'all are here stuck with me, but y'all are about to see some awesome racing here at Phoenix. Let's go truck racing here on Racecraft TV for the Snead Design Competition Truck Series for the Phoenix 200. And Jason Higginbotham gets a great start down to the inside. Rhett Tucker around to the outside. Side by side they go. Jason Higginbotham gets a great start right behind him. Keith Bradley, Dustin Scruggs going side by side with Thomas Haley, trying to stick his nose in there as they go into the open dog leg right now. 3 wide through there. And Rhett Tucker's got Keith Bradley. Jason Higginbotham has fallen down the field. Higginbotham got loose, and there's big contact behind him. Chip Turner got dinged hard coming out of turn 4. Back up front, Rhett Tucker's flying away from Keith Bradley. Dustin Scruggs holding that 3rd spot. That 4th spot belongs to Thomas Haley. And Jason Higginbotham sitting in 5th as Scruggs and Haley going nose to bumper right here. Haley looking down to the inside. Now the back ends of these trucks get very lively, so tire conservation is going to be key right now. But currently this battle for 3rd is the one we're watching between Dustin Scruggs, Thomas Haley, and Jason Higginbotham is following this crew. But the big story right now, Jason Higginbotham losing it in turn 2 and dropping down to 5th place. But he is pole sitter here. He is quick, so I have high suspicion that he will be going back up to the lead very soon if he keeps it consistently. As we see Dustin Scruggs use that open dog leg, diving down low, breaking off that draft. And up at the front of the field, it's Keith Bradley and Rhett Tucker battling out for the lead. But that train for 2nd is what we want to watch right now, as that's Keith Bradley and Rhett Tucker, both of them teammates for Rhett Tucker Racing. And it's a Rhett Tucker Racing 1-2-3 as Dustin Scruggs leads that train behind them. Thomas Haley looking down to the inside still for Thor Sport Racing as we look at this beautiful night sky here in, well, Phoenix, Arizona. And Thomas, little mistake, got wide heading into turn 1, and Jason Higginbotham looked down low, trying to make a pass down onto the inside. This is the battle for 3rd place, but they are catching up to that lead battle, so they aren't really moving away as we ride on board with Thomas Haley in 4th place. And we have an incident. Scott Osmat is going very slowly. Let's go to a quick replay. Osmat on top of the 37. And, oh, big door right there. 37 goes low. Osmat goes around and a big bump right behind him. That looked to be Eric Zimmerman to be the one that checked up in front of Tim D. Price. We're going to go for a replay right now on the hood with Tim D. Price to see what's happened here. There's a contact with Osmat at the 10. Boom! And into Zimmerman goes Price, and there goes Osmat. 37 of Raul Meza was the other car involved in that incident. So we're back live. Tim with that nose damage sitting in 24th. He's going to be having some engine temperature issues if he's not careful. Back up front between Bradley and Tucker. Keith Bradley, though, taking that lead. But Rhett Tucker looking down low. Side by side they go.
I'm able to finally make it back from New Smyrna Speedway. I saw that incident earlier, and that was really unfortunate. And I'm. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting commentary for me as well as apparently Mac isn't supported by iRacing, but I figured out a way around it where I can still be able to keep an eye on what's happening on track.
Well, welcome back to the booth, Tyler Lee Vickery. How you doing, man? How was New Symmetra?
Yeah, New Smyrna was fun. So far the practice has been going really well over there. So far they've got a big armadillo race coming up next week, and a lot of the cars have been practicing over there. We've seen a few Crown Vics, a few other really wonky cars. So looking forward to next week being out there for that race. But yeah, it's been amazing so far.
Well, speaking of wonky, we got a wonk battle right now for third between Haley and Scruggs. Of Scruggs and Haley going side by side. Jason Higginbotham trying to stick his nose onto the inside of Scruggs and trying to get into this three-way battle for third. And here comes Higginbotham down low into turn one, very slow, but he's successfully got his nose in there. But Scruggs on the exit. Let's see if Higginbotham utilizes that very open dog leg as Haley starts to fly away from Scruggs.
Yeah, and with that open dog leg too for Phoenix, I mean, granted too, for everyone at home watching, iRacing has not updated the new layout that Phoenix has. So this was the old layout prior to 2019 season. And so that open dogleg is a very big advantage for a lot of trucks. The only thing though is with this new tire model, if you go down there too much and too often, you could really burn up the tires early and hurt yourself in the long run.
Now, a driver that's been doing that a lot is Michael McKinnon, as he's on the back of Robert Richards in the battle for 6th place. McKinnon's back in. If you watch that very subtly, he's been having a lot of trouble. So he goes way down onto the inside. Had to avoid Robert Richards. They're going side by side into turn one. McKinnon down low. Richards up high, but McKinnon a little bit too high as the 23 of Stephen Thomas joins him. And also Justin Lumpkin is behind them as well. But McKinnon, he makes the pass on Richards. And Stephen Thomas almost gets his nose chopped off. But now it's Robert Richards' turn.
Robert Richards is trying to see what he can pull here. I mean, it's going to be very difficult as this Phoenix with only right now working lap 15 of 200. So very early in the race as well, as we still have a lot of racing left to go.
Yeah, a lot of racing, 200 laps, 200 miles. I love me a good, tricky mile track. That's what makes Phoenix absolutely be so alive, especially at night.
Phoenix is always one of those very interesting corners. You have a very unique first and second. Oh, boy, that was close.
What a dive by Lumpkin, but he gets absolutely switchbacked right now as Stephen Thomas takes to the dog leg to try to pass him on the back straight. Oh, back turn.
That really sucks when you can get that timing. It looked like he had it all perfect, and then just that switchback hurt him ever so much. Just sent it in a little too deep, and yeah, that was rough for him.
Yeah, and Stephen Thomas now holding that inside line. Lumpkin on that outside line. Lumpkin getting very loose, and now Clinton Castleberry is looking to make a pass.
Clinton Castleberry, one of the really well-known drivers, especially winning just recently in the ARCA playoff series back yesterday. Uh-oh. Oh, boy, here we go.
Robert Richards got held up down to the outside as Justin Lumpkin passes him now, and everyone's passing him. There's Castleberry passing him. Richards, Castleberry's still there. Castleberry looking to pass Richards right now, but Robert Richards has lost 5 spots, or what seems to be like 5 spots, and he's getting doored, and he turns Castleberry.
Oh no!
It's a multi-car collision because that also collects Nathan Rauge in there. No yellow is out, but Robert Richards does not take advantage of that. But we are definitely going to stop, pause, rewind that back, and just see what's happened right here.
Yeah, just seeing it, Richards had nowhere to go, and then he collected the other two trucks in front of him, and then I believe that was
Casimiro came
Rocky.
up and just turned straight into him.
Yeah, and then Rocky had nowhere to go too, and I feel bad for Rocky because he did everything he could to avoid it, and it just happened right in front of him.
Now Rauge has that massive nose damage. That front nose is extremely caved in, and he is not happy as Robert Richards passes him down onto the inside right now. I will not be surprised if Rauge tries to turn him.
I am 100% in agreement with you there because that was just, it was not a smart move
Innocent
to
bystander.
make it.
And
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Flying down to his inside, that's Tyler Dittmer. He's looking to make a clean overtake for 11th, and yeah, Nathan's going to be down on power for the rest of this first stint if it stays green. We've had 2 incidents so far, and it's staying green. Well, back up to the front of the pack, as I should say, for the battle for 6th place between Stephen Thomas and Michael McKinnon.
And Michael McKinnon having a really good start, good run so far. He's been able to work his way back up from earlier incident, I believe. So, great run from McKinnon, and hopefully we'll see him a little bit further up the field as well.
Speaking up the field, the leaders have walked into lap traffic now.
That's where it's going to be real key. I would expect some of these lap tracks to be way further high, especially in the dog leg. While you see like Rhett Tucker and everyone else sending it down low on the dog leg, that's one of the best opportunities to make a move on those lap trucks.
Well, that lap traffic has allowed Jason Higginbotham, the pole sitter, to jump up into 3rd and close in on Keith Bradley for the battle for 2nd.
Bradley better start looking at his mirrors soon because Higginbotham might be on a hard charge here within the next 2 laps.
Indeed, he is. And Higginbotham, he knows how to keep these tires alive. He qualified 500ths faster than everybody else. And faster than our leader, as Rhett Tucker is getting held up by some traffic. As we see the 31 come way down low on track, and he blocks Bradley.
Boy, Bradley's not going to be happy with that.
Here comes Higginbotham.
Oh boy, oh boy, this could get really dicey now.
Higginbotham down low after a well block. He's going through the dog leg. He's going side by side. He's just going to be just behind, but still side by side. He's going to try to eke it out down low and torture those tires on the exit. Who's going to have the better exit coming down to the front straight? Side by side they go. Big hit into the wall. Goes Bradley, and Jason Higginbotham jumps up into 2nd place.
Oh boy, Keith Bradley is not going to be a happy man with that, and especially I believe they have one faster pair as well. But Bradley's not going to be happy with that move.
Yeah, since today, 50, 50, 100.
So just barely, and that's just barely going over halfway. And having that incident, that's never good when you already having to use a faster pair and having heavy damage on that right front.
And, there was a lat guard getting into it as Stephen Thomas is just boxed in behind Bradley now. And Stephen Thomas looking to try to make a move on Keith Bradley.
Yeah, Stephen Thomas' best move he can make is trying to force Bradley up on the outside line and just send it in on the inside. And any turn is the best way to be able to make it.
Best strategy, I would say, for Thomas is to wait for one of the lap cars coming out of a turn just to make a mistake off the exit and try to use one of these lap cars as a pick, because you see these guys using that highlight, but now, oh no!
Ooh.
Thomas Haley getting the block from the lap car.
Yeah, these lap cars are not budging one bit, so these guys that are on the lead lap are going to be screaming on the radios to have these guys let them by.
Looks like clean air is still big slide entering turn 3. You're going to see and feel the slight slides that Thomas Haley has to do every mid-corner to keep that car in control here.
especially with trying to keep those trucks in control. It's just the way these setups are. It can be very loose at the start, but then when they tighten up, oh, they tighten up severely, especially in the front.
Yeah, we do have a fight around Michael McKinnon in this lap traffic. Dustin Scruggs, McKinnon, and Lumpkin are 3 cars fighting as we go through all of these cars right now. They're just very close together. It's 94 going very deep. It's not Scruggs, it's the lap car just letting these guys by, but almost got into McKinnon. And now look at Lumpkin. He's diving down low. McKinnon covers him.
McKinnon finding that opportunity to make that move, and he makes it stick. So McKinnon trying to make that charge, catching up to Rhett Tucker, but Rhett Tucker's already a decent amount of gap further ahead.
Yeah, Rhett Tucker 1.7 seconds in the lead. And here comes Justin Lumpkin down low. We got a caution.
Ooh, that's not going to be good.
And
looks like on lap 32, so we still got about, probably when the restart comes back, probably have about roughly,
Sarge and Raugi.
Oh man, Raugi again. Ugh.
Entering turn 4, Sarge just gets into Raugi. And Raugi going slow and pulling out that caution. Believe that's what for the yellow flag is. Yeah, it is. And bam!
Ooh, yeah, man. Rowdy, again, another innocent bystander. Twice now he's been hit by 2 different trucks.
Yeah. Well, the first time he kind of hit the other car, but he had nowhere to go. And he's got that hood damage, so he's definitely going to be entering pit lane. Just like our leaders are. Well, no, not like our leaders are. I got the notification that Rhett did enter pit lane, but he was playing a game. And taking the bait is Jason Higginbotham, our pole sitter, going to be taking some fresh tires. And that's a smart move here, especially almost just past halfway into stage 1. Those fresh tires will be getting some work out for them. So definitely got to watch out. It's the 56, our pole sitter of Jason Higginbotham.
It's going to be a good strategy for them to figure out what they need to do, because especially with the caution like this coming roughly midway through in the stage, it's the best opportunity to take these tires now, see what they can do, and then maybe even get some free spots again at this stage when the stage ends as well.
Well, I must say this, when everyone went into the pits, it was only the top 3 that stayed out, Tucker, Bradley, and Thomas. So Higginbotham will be starting in the second row on the outside line on those super fresh rubber. So Rhett Tucker playing the gamble of seeing if everyone else would stay out with him, provide some traffic. They are not going to do that. And it's going to be Higginbotham starting in that second row with Stephen Thomas on that inside line on old tires. Now, remember what happened at Atlanta when we had guys start on old tires. Massive wheel spin and a massive crash. Will we see the same thing here?
Hopefully not, but I mean, you just got to be very throttle sensitive, because if you don't get if you try to get too aggressive on the throttle, these trucks will snap on you and they will fight back very aggressively.
Indeed they will. As we're going to stay live here on Racecraft TV as they finish out the pit cycle here. I believe we're going 1 to green this time by, but knowing it's a 1 mile track, that might be different to get everything sorted. But Rhett Tucker already holding down that inside line. The lights on the pace truck are going out. Hey, I have the Midas touch right there. It's calling me race control.
Perfect timing as always, right?
I know. Timing impeccable. As we see Tucker and Bradley, Rhett Tucker racing, holding that 1-2. Behind him, Stephen Thomas holding down that inside line. Who should be beside him is Jason Higginbotham on those fresh tires. Actually, speaking of fresh tires, everybody behind Higginbotham will have fresh tires.
going to be very interesting, and I feel bad for Hickabotham because he's kind of in the doghouse.
Well, Higginbotham's on those fresh tires around the outside. He's going to have Thomas providing a little bit of a block down to the inside. And he can abuse those tires around the outside. We're going to see what Higginbotham does, what Thomas does, what Rhett Tucker does, what Keith Bradley does as the pace truck pulls in. And it's time to get back to going green. And here goes Rhett Tucker. What a start by Tucker. Bradley got sleeping. Thomas down low. Higginbotham trying to swing it around the outside, using that grip to his advantage. He's got Dustin Scruggs on his back end. Higginbotham goes wide. Thomas almost collects Bradley as he swaps across the nose. Goes down into the dog lane. And now Higginbotham has Thomas Haley down to the inside, but he gets blocked by Thomas. And now Higginbotham around to the outside, coming out of turn 4.
Higginbotham's using those fresh tires to his advantage, trying to make that outside work. And I don't know, it's going to take another 2 laps to make it fully work.
Well, Higginbotham's made that move work, and now Thomas Haley making that move work as, oh, we got a slow car. That's Eric Zimmerman going slow down low onto the apron.
Zimmerman's another one of those drivers not having a good night.
Keith Bradley got very high onto the exit. There goes Higginbotham for second place. And behind him, there's Haley jumping up into second place as well. And there is Dustin Scruggs making the pass on Stephen Thomas. Keith Bradley diving extremely low. And oh my goodness, Keith Bradley is just swapping inside, outside, USA all over this track. It's right behind him. McKinnon looks up high and then back down low on Dustin Scruggs.
Keith Bradley just trying to be super aggressive. It's just going to be, he just doesn't want to be super aggressive. Oh boy.
Rhett Tucker entering that corner was in first, and then exiting was in second. Jason Higginbotham, your new leader.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, extremely quickly. We have 10 laps left in this stage. Rhett Tucker sitting in second, and down onto the inside goes Thomas Haley. And Haley in second place right now, but Rhett Tucker feeling racy. He's going to take the dog leg, standing onto that inside line. He believes those tires, as old as they are, he believes that he can still hang up there in third. But on the back of him is Michael McKinnon. The 13 looks down low.
McKinnon trying to take any advantage he can and try to move up an extra spot, get in another stage point, but I don't know if it's going to work out for him.
Oh, he's got the position off onto the ace, but Rhett Tucker diving down low once more. He's going to face El Diablo onto the outside in that Bang 13. And just look at those fresh tires, swinging it onto the outside. No pace whatsoever from Tucker onto the inside.
Yeah, Tucker's just struggling on these older tires. He's trying to hang on, but that's all he can do is hang on for dear life.
Yeah, Tucker's falling down the field as Scruggs and McKinnon racing out for third up in front of them. And Jason Higginbotham has left Haley behind him. Look down the front stretch. Everyone's seeming to calm down just a bit. Mark Truxell right there. He's closing in on Rhett Tucker. And Tucker's still struggling with those tires. And the fresh tire guys, are making a lot of moves. Truxell look down to the inside of Rhett. Watch him onto the exit. He's got that little small gap. You're going to see Truxell make a move into turn 1. The number 5 looking racy as always for 5th place, but he gets blocked by Tucker. But just look how much speed that he's gaining on the mid-corner. Had to check up a little bit of applying the brakes right there. And Tucker gets a good gain off the exit. Truxell very responsibly, very safe driver. And we love seeing some safe drivers making some aggressive moves.
Absolutely. And that's the one good thing with Truxell. He'll bide his time, wait for the right moment to make the attack, and then send in the attack and try to be able to make that position work and secure it as well.
Now, what will Dittmer do? These two are two of the biggest movers in the field today. Truxel up 16 spots, Dittmer up 14, and almost both of them starting in, actually, I do believe they both started in the 20th spot in qualifying, but they definitely know how to do a good race here as Truxel looks down to the inside. Is he going to send it into turn 1? He's getting closer than ever. Has to check up mid-corner. Dittmer almost gets to the back of there as Tucker goes high. And now Dittmer and Truxel, they're going 3 wide through the dog leg. And now Dittmer looking onto the inside of Truxel. Dittmer holding them down by that yellow line. Truxel holding on that outside line. Then he's going to switch back for that exit speed and try to send it on Rhett Tucker. Tucker, though, leaving no space for Truxel, but Truxel finds a gap.
Truxel's doing everything to use that gap and take advantage of it as best he can right now, as we're probably coming down to 2 laps to go in the stage.
Now look at Dittmer. Dittmer trying to make it 3 wide through turns 4, but Rhett Tucker's still there with Truxel. Truxel down low. Dittmer swinging extremely wide. And look who's joined the party and into 7th place. It's Team Dangerous Boy, Justin Lumpkin. As Truxel passes Tucker, Team Dangerous, Justin Lumpkin now onto the bumper of Tucker. As we enter white and green flag for this time by at the end of stage 1. McKinnon as well. He's got a good lead on Dustin Scruggs. He's going to secure 3rd, but taking the win here in stage number 1, it's going to be Jason Higginbotham.
What a stage race that was.
I think they might have forgot about the stage.
Oh no, are they still? Oh no,
They're still green.
Well,
Michael McKinnon is still in a battle, and I don't think he. It's either that, or I have the stage numbers wrong.
I think we're gonna have to use some fact checks real quick.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the one that messed that up.
Well, it could be.
Might be 60.
Could be. 66 and 120, and then 80 laps.
That seems more reasonable than 100 final.
Yeah.
As Tucker gets overtaken by Dittmer for 7th place. Justin Lumpkin sitting up there in 6th. He's looking nice. But that battle for 3rd, or 2nd, 3rd between Scruggs and McKinnon is still strong. You're near the end, whenever that'll be for stage 1. What happens when no one tells you the stages before the race?
Right. That's alright, but it happens though.
It does happen.
So then from that, since they're on the stage break now on lap 55, so that means 55, 55, make it
we're just
110.
Guessing. We're just guessing right now.
Yeah.
As
this will be interesting.
But this battle for 3rd place right now between Scruggs and McKinnon is definitely heating up, and I honestly can watch this for all day long. And McKinnon going high, and it is 60, 60, and 80. So, our second guess was right.
Good to know.
Well, now that all the confusion is out the window, it is 3 laps to go until stage 1 ends.
And battle for third and fourth has just been super tight this entire last few laps. And I don't know. I don't think the 11's going to be able to get the run he needs to make it pass on the Bang Energy truck.
Yeah, El Diablo, Michael McKinnon, staying out there. He knows how to run that truck. Almost gets into the wall right there. Scruggs, he's slowly making his way up there. And just getting closer and closer on that bumper. Oh, Scruggs looking low. And with these two battling, that's allowing Truxell and Lumpkin to hop into this battle as well. And get affected by that drive. Here comes Scruggs down low. And I see lap traffic up ahead. Scruggs looking low onto the dogleg. They're going to be side by side entering 3 and 4. Scruggs sends it on to turn entry. McKinnon is going to hold it off to the exit. Who's going to have the better exit? McKinnon's going to exit just ahead. And now Truxell and Lumpkin have joined the fray in the fight for third at the end of stage 2. White flags out. Scruggs down low. McKinnon on high. Truxell trying to ease his way into 4th place. Scruggs looking down low. McKinnon holding up that high line. Truxell trying to look for that speed and trying to cut off McKinnon down low. Scruggs definitely and comfortably into 3rd place. Truxell jumps into 4th. McKinnon trying to hold it off to the line as it's a drag race for these guys across the line. It's going to be McKinnon just ahead of Truxell.
Wow, what a finish to the stage for Scruggs and McKinnon. My goodness, what a finish.
Yeah, but all eyes are on our stage winner of Jason Higginbotham. Pole sitter dropped back to 5th, took the tires, and he's going to take that green and white checkered flag here on Racecraft TV. You're watching the Snead Competition Design Truck Series, the Phoenix 200 here on Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages. And we're back live here in Phoenix for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series for the Phoenix 200. Jason Higginbotham, our Stage 1 winner, sitting in second after entering the pits first. And he's behind Thomas Haley. And the reason why Haley is in first is that he stayed out. Haley was one of those cars to go into the pits on lap 33. And I believe he's looking to go halfway again in this stage and go into the pits and hopefully see a caution at that same time and find his way into the lead.
It seems like that is going to be the best opportunity as well. I mean, it worked really well for Higginbotham, especially since he's going to be starting on the outside row of the start. And doing that halfway, coming into the pits at the halfway, he could be able to stay out a little longer. And who knows, since we've got an 80-lap final stage, a lot can be on the line too, especially if we go green flag the entire way.
Indeed. Well, as they all line up behind the pace car, or pace truck, these trucks are all lined up and getting ready to go. Higginbotham on those fresh tires. Haley on those old tires, but the pace is being controlled by Haley. And we're going back to green flag racing. And Haley gets a wonderful start. Higginbotham fell a little bit asleep right there as Scruggs looking down low. And around goes Struxel, around goes Struxel.
Oh boy.
Off the restart immediately, Truxel through turn 1, off onto the exit. Nobody's mistaken his own, and also there is an incident behind him where it looks like the 23 of Stephen Thomas also had to meet up with the wall.
You hate to see this kind of starts. It looked like it was running really well, and then one little mistake like that can cost you dearly.
Oh, big snap over steer for Stephen Thomas.
Oof, that's even rough. That's even worse.
I think that's the one that actually brought out the yellow.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, that is scary. Straight up in front of, that looks like Nathan Rauge. If Nathan Rauge got hit again from that, that would have just been a voice chat I would not want to see.
I am full agreement with you there.
I'm pretty sure our sensors have not. And Thomas Haley decided that was not a smart move, and he's going to go into the pits. You're watching the Snead Competition Design Truck Series here on Racecraft TV. Thank you for sticking around, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Can you see it? It's right there. Hidden behind an assortment of vibrant colors and corporate branding schemes. Look closer. Past the nearly 200 tons of handmade American steel. And beyond the highest quality, custom-designed electrical components and systems in the industry. Deeper still, to the very core. That's where you'll find it. The heart of NRE. Heart is what makes us who we are. Heart is why NRE products and services are made with more. More precision. More grit, and more passion. We're the largest independent supplier of locomotives, parts, and components on the planet. Vertically integrated and strategically positioned for multiple domestic and international facilities. Our capacity and efficiency are simply unmatched. Fast and worth ethic. And sealed with a calloused handshake. We design real solutions for real-world challenges. Whether we're leading the charge on clean emission solutions, or integrating the latest performance-enhancing technology into virtually any locomotive platform. We quote to delivery and ship from stock to offer the most flexible and comprehensive work scope throughout our global reach. Our customers call it a return on investment. We call it the return of North American pride.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're here back live for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series Phoenix 200. The lights are out on the pace car truck. And Dustin Scruggs is now controlling the field with Jason Higginbotham around the outside. And in green we go. And it's a great start by Scruggs. And Higginbotham holding the guys, sleeping a little bit. He tried to jump the start with Scruggs, but was held up a lot. And now McKinnon's up into third. But look around the outside. That's Rhett Tucker. Tucker looking racing. He's already got his nose onto the outside. McKinnon forced to stay low onto the exit side. Rhett Tucker speeding around to the outside. We got a spinner in the back.
Oh, no,
And
that's
caution's
not
out. That was it was Dane Hagen. No, it was Thomas Haley.
Oh, it was Haley. Oh,
It was
no,
Haley, the 50. He just went
boy.
into the pits too.
Man, yeah, that's cautions are breeding cautions right now. Boy, that's more rough now.
Oh, Haley just got onto the fresh tires, and it seems like the fresh tires have less grip than the new tires. And statistical analysis show that I'm 100% right about that.
Yeah. Oh man, that poor 50 truck could not catch a break.
I cannot catch a break. And speaking of breaks, we'll be right back after this one.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV, here for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series, live here for the Phoenix 200. It's our fourth caution, third in a row in the space of 2, 3, 4 laps.
Roughly.
It's Scruggs and Higginbotham leading out the way behind the pace truck, and I thought the pace truck lights were out, But my dyslexia has converted into thinking yellow is black, and so 1 lap to go before we go back to green here in Phoenix. I'm just seeing the pace truck go around so many times, I'm combining laps now.
I have done that too plenty of times. I've assumed that we were on a certain lap, and then I found out, nope, we are 2 laps behind that.
Well, that's the magic of online racing. Anything can happen.
Oh, always, especially when you see a car flying in the air and teleporting.
Usually you only see that when you... Okay, I'm not even going to make that joke.
I was about to ask, are you sure about that?
Anyway, before I get absolutely in trouble with Josh, the pace truck is pulling off right now. Scruggs and Higginbotham going side by side as we're going back to green. Flag races. Scruggs uses a good jump, as well as Rhett Tucker down to the inside. Rhett Tucker jumps Higginbotham, and Rhett Tucker is onto the bumper and into second place. And down low, behind, that's Clinton Castleberry. Castleberry's got some damage.
Oh man, he's another one that's had a rough night.
Yeah, Jesse Higginbotham drops down to 4th. As they just race past that extremely quiet camera I have right there. I believe that is actually a IndyCar. When IndyCar camera came here, I had a broadcast that is just I just had to turn it down because it was giving me a headache right there. So that explains why that camera is extremely quiet. During the break, I'll go and tune that one up. As they race past turn 2 once more. Turn 2, turn 4. Go my way around here. Let's run on board with Jason Higginbotham in 4th place. He's got those tires warmed up now, and I believe he's got some pace behind the Rhett Tucker crowd in front of him of Scruggs, Tucker, and Castleberry. Rhett Tucker must be happy. He's got all of his boys in front of him. Well, in front of him and behind him. And those cars, I must say, with their... And caution is out, and Stephen Thomas!
Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness! And Thomas is out. Alright, what has happened here? Stephen Thomas entering turn 1. And he gets collected by Raugi!
Oh, no, not again. Oh,
and then number 10 is trying to avoid him. The 31 collects him as well. And that's killed the engine, the 31 and the 10.
Ooh.
Scott Osmat and Mikey Williams, the other car involved there.
The impact of 31 and 23, that was rough.
You can see the caution up ahead. And it's a big lock for everyone else. And Mikey Williams has nowhere to go.
Gosh, yeah. Boy, that was rough.
Here's the view from Scott Osmat. Big check up on, the NASA car! Just broke straight in front of him and bang.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Oh, that is a massive hit. And, well, as these guys make a trip to the pit lane and get these cars repaired, we're going to take a small break. Once again, Racecraft TV is not responsible for any stupid drinking game you got going on whenever we take a break.
Can you see it? It's right there. Hidden behind an assortment of vibrant colors and corporate branding schemes. Look closer. Past the nearly 200 tons of handmade American steel. And beyond the highest quality, custom-designed electrical components and systems in the industry. Deeper still. to the very core. That's where you'll find it. The heart of NRE. Heart is what makes us who we are. Heart is why NRE products and services are made with more. More precision, more grit, and more passion. We're the largest independent supplier of locomotives, parts, and components on the planet. Vertically integrated and strategically positioned for multiple domestic and international facilities. Our capacity and efficiency are simply unmatched. Cast in worth ethic and sealed with a calloused handshake. We design real solutions for real-world challenges. Whether we're leading the charge on clean emission solutions or integrating the latest performance-enhancing technology into virtually any locomotive platform, we quote to delivery and ship from stock to offer the most flexible and comprehensive work scope throughout our global reach. Our customers call it a return on investment. We call it the return of North American pride. Do you see it now? It's there. A raging fire that burns inside each and every designer, welder, engineer, and NRE team member. Heart is our anthem. Passion is our fuel.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV here at Phoenix International Raceway. We're on board Dustin Scruggs as we're going for our 5th restart of the night. Or is it 6?
I believe it might be 6.
And oh, right behind him, very terrible start for Castleberry. He gets bogged down, and Higginbotham round the outside. Trying to make that move and swing it past there. Higginbotham staying up high. Castleberry dropping down low. Side by side they go, and Higginbotham swung that move around the outside very nicely by Higginbotham. But Castleberry just getting his nose in there just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and watching that, I mean, Castleberry just, I don't know, he must have been asleep, him and Higginbotham, because, boy, they let a big gap get away from him.
Extremely big gap, but everyone's keeping their wheels straight, and if we go for another lap, we've lasted longer than any stage 2 green flag run.
That would be a good sign.
Speaking of running, you just hear those engines screaming past that turn 4 wall as we got that camera at the right audio levels now. And, oh, very tight for Keith Bradley, not knowing if that was on purpose.
That would be pretty close. Keith Bradley's not had a good night either, so...
Well, he got the overtake on Peacock, but Peacock holding around that outside line. Taylor Peacock, Keith Bradley, and Peacock into the wall on corner entry.
Peacock made a little bit of an issue there on entry, especially with this how difficult this dog leg is. You gotta time it right. If you don't time it right, you're gonna hurt yourself big time, and that cost them there.
Bradley gets into the back of Justin Lumpkin. Lumpkin went sideways as entering the pit lane is Tyler Daniel. No, Jesse Sargent. Jesse Sarge, not Sargent. That's the Formula 3 driver.
Interesting strategy there. Very early in this restart.
Well, they're going to lap 120, and with the amount of caution that we're seeing today, I'm not going to be surprised if that is a strategy call right there, and expecting to see if they can jump. And now Peacock, he's being hounded by Ditburn. Also going out at the front of the field, it's Castleberry and Robert Richards having out a fight for third. And Richards got ahead of Higginbotham. Robert Richards is dancing on the back end of Clinton Casper, staying in that draft and just keeping his nose directly with him. Right behind him, Michael McKinnon. Now that's Keith Bradley going loose again and diving down to the dog leg. I swear McKinnon lost control right there. Bradley lost control right there.
Yeah, I don't know, but McKinnon should be thanking his lucky stars that nothing else bad has happened to him, because he's been around so many incidents tonight. It's one wrong move now and it's game over.
And Jason Higginbotham going into the dog leg right there. Robert Richards on that outside line. Higginbotham makes the move down onto the inside. And now Jason Higginbotham moves up into 4th place.
Higginbotham trying to get some improvements, especially after.
And Robert Richards scrapes the wall as he crosses the line.
And that's at the line, too. That's what makes it even more strange. Especially if you slide up that straightaway a little too far, you can really hurt yourself.
Yeah, and cars being upset up front. Rhett Tucker, Dustin Scruggs battling out for the lead. Rhett Tucker looking down low. Scruggs looking around the outside. Scruggs trying to get the speed off the exit as they go drag racing down to the front straight. But Tucker gets his nose out there and leaded by Carly before they enter turn 1. Rhett Tucker leads out Dustin Scruggs. Clinton Castleberry gets back ahead of Higginbotham as Robert Richards is your top 5 here at Phoenix.
Scruggs is trying to hang on, but it's always difficult, especially with how strong of a racer Rhett Tucker is, and he's just always dominant no matter what vehicle you can put him in.
And entering turn 1, Higginbotham scraped the wall and almost got into the bumper of Castleberry.
Gosh, why do I have a bad feeling that Higginbotham is going to make a big mistake, and we might just see.
Well, Higginbotham's looking for a move. Well, as you say that, if you're a betting man, I would say let Tyler pick your next lottery numbers. And here comes Castleberry looking down low on Scruggs. Scruggs holding an outside line, but that has delayed Higginbotham trying to look down low as Castleberry and Scruggs going side by side for 2nd place. Castleberry's got him off the exit, and Scruggs and Higginbotham almost getting into each other as they enter turn 3.
I swear, these two scare me.
And speaking of scared, somebody just went hard into the wall. And that was McKinnon.
Oh my goodness, and of course it had to be McKinnon. Oh no. That was a hard impact too.
And 4 cars diving down low into the dog leg. This looks like a rally cross course right now. Robert Richards onto the inside of Scruggs. And, bang into the wall goes Justin Lumpkin. Keith Bradley, the man on fire, lit up sparks as he slammed into the wall coming out of turn 4.
Man, with enough sparks after hitting that wall, he could literally be on fire.
Big enough impact could jam a wheel into your bodywork and definitely cause some tire rubbing right there. And do we see it again? No, we don't. But look ahead. Higginbotham swings it down low on Castleberry. There was a small room opening, and there goes Higginbotham on Castleberry. Higginbotham's got his nose ahead of Castleberry. Higginbotham car length into the dog leg, way down to the inside. It looked like he was on the old road course, but Higginbotham jumps up into 2nd.
Higginbotham trying to use that momentum. He wants Rhett Tucker, and he wants him now, so he's going to use all of his momentum he can now after getting up to 2nd place and making that run on that hard charge towards Rhett Tucker.
Now looking back at the slow-going Dustin Scruggs, I'm not sure what's happened to his pace because all these guys are on the same tires as Keith Bradley flipped around the outside. Then he swung it back down low into the inside. Keith Bradley making a dive in a turn 3 and 4. Scruggs going way wide. And they got Justin Lumpkin, Danger Boy. They're going 3 wide out of turn 4 up onto the exit. And the man on fire, Keith Bradley, defends hard and almost blocks Lumpkin to allow Scruggs back ahead, but Scruggs sending that wide line into turn 1. Keith Bradley going way wide. And
Boys,
Keith
these guys
Bradley
are-
still.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say these guys throwing haymakers after each other. It's, gosh. I'm trying not to look away because these guys scare me so much right now.
And now the person behind Dustin Scruggs is Michael McKinnon. El Diablo sends it down to the inside of Scruggs, but he goes high and he hits Scruggs. Contact between them, and now Tyler Dittmers jumps into 7th.
Dittmer's like, well, thank you guys. I will take those 2 free spots and see ya.
Replay of that incident right hand. McKinnon and Scruggs both lost grip into turn 1, and just a little bit of a tap and a little bit of sunshine into Tyler Dittmer's life.
Oh,
And
man. Tyler Dittmer.
back at this fight between Bradley and Lumpkin, as these two hit. Oh, the lap car almost gets collected by the man on
boy.
fire. As Danger Boy down low on the lap car, and Keith Bradley hits the wall. And there's a lot of damage on Bradley's car. Justin Lumpkin scrapes the wall. They're going side by side through turn 1. Both of them a little bit of wall contact right there, but Keith Bradley took a big hit right there.
How is that car not severely damaged?
Oh, and what a block by Keith Bradley. I am not sure. Well, he does have some front end damage, but front right end damage definitely. As you can see, that body work not straight right there. And Lumpkin is just following Bradley hard, waiting for another mistake. But we know the man on fire loves to go high, then come back down low, especially if he's clear. We're going to watch him do it again. Yes, he is. Going high, the back low down through the open dog lane, trying to maximize all the speed that he can with that stricken car.
Gonna do everything he can. Who knows? Especially that damage. My goodness.
Oh, Bradley's looking loose coming out of turns 3 and 4. So we ride on board with Justin Lumpkin. Bradley's car's just dancing through the corners right now. And, oh, he's just searching for that grip. Bradley going wide again. He's not taking the dog leg this time. Lumpkin did. But they're still separated just by a few inches.
Yeah, it's kind of scary just seeing how loose he's getting coming out of 4. I mean, just one wrong move and he's around and calamity will ensue.
Speaking of one wrong move, Rhett Tucker has been caught up by Higginbotham, and now these two have caught up lap traffic, and that's allowing Higginbotham in that Toyota Tundra to close in on that F-150 in the lead.
Yeah, Rhett Tucker's probably starting to keep an eye on his relatives, seeing everyone closing up. He should be starting to get worried here, but as we're coming up to getting close to the end of the stage.
In stage 2. Can the stage 1 winner try to win it in stage 2? And can these guys try to win it on old tires?
It'll be very difficult on old tires. I mean, especially when some of these guys have already put in just almost 50 laps on these tires. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, the cleanest, the newest tires on the field is that 39 NASA car of Dane Hagen. He went into the pits on lap 82. He's currently sitting in 15th. And as I said, that Hagen just went into the wall.
And that's
And Keith Bradley and Justin Lumpkin side by side for 5th place.
and they're going to be throwing haymakers out there. Haymakers.
That was
for
a risky
while.
re-entry.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, that sure was. That could have gotten a whole lot worse.
It certainly could have. As Keith Bradley leads out Lumpkin. Lumpkin still dancing on the bumper. And they got Tyler Dittmer behind him.
Tyler Dittmer's probably trying to figure out what he can do to make him pass around cleanly. At the same time, too, he could more than likely be safe with it as well. As laps are winding down for the end of the stage.
Whoa, Bradley almost gets into the wall. He got loose, but then the lap car runs right there. Bradley almost doors that lap car. He was,
Boy, these lap cars.
and Tyler Dittmer almost doors the 94.
Man, these these lap cars are being a nuisance right now. Man, gosh, the lead lap guys are probably screaming at their heads trying to figure out what do they
Well, there's
have to
nothing
do
they
to
can
not
do.
take themselves
They're just
out.
staying to the outside of the track, and it just happens to be turn 4 is where everyone goes to the outside of the track. And to maximize all the space, especially in these battles, you have to go out there or else you're just giving away that position and causing a incident. I'm just glad that none of these lap cars are the causes of incidents right now.
Absolutely.
And these guys are keeping it very clean and going wide as Dittmer onto the entrance of 3, heading into turn 4. Keith Bradley going wide onto our camera. And now, looking down low, is Justin Lumpkin diving it into turn 1. Keith Bradley leaving room down there. Not going to try to block it, but watch onto the exit. Are we going to see a dogleg dive by Bradley? Yes, we do. All the way to the yellow line, and now they're coming up to a lap car. Bradley onto the outside. Dittmer down. Bradley onto the outside. Lumpkin down low. That lap car, that 31. The flames are hot. The man on fire is hotter. Bradley and Lumpkin side by side for 5th place with 6 to go here in the Snead Competition Design Truck Series Phoenix 200 in Stage 2. Bradley, though, holding that outside line. Lumpkin unable to capitalize on there, and Lumpkin's going slow.
Oh man, Lumpkin's probably already burned off all the goodie on his tires. He's probably hoping that the stage will end soon so that he can be able to get some fresh tires on that car.
They got 5 laps to do that as this battle for 5th is cooling down. The battle for the lead between Higginbotham and Tucker is heating up.
And probably heating up in everyone's living room watching this race right now. As
Tucker's got a lap
the
car.
haymakers are everywhere. Oh boy, that's going to be rough.
And the Latskar held him on to the entrance and at mid-corner of turns 3 and 4. That Latskar, though, went down low as Tucker and Higginbotham still behind that Latskar entering turn 1. And 3/10 separates them now. Tucker and Higginbotham battling out for the lead. Higginbotham, little bit of a blocked entry into turn 3. And Justin Lumpkin and Keith Bradley are side by side. Lumpkin and Bradley banging and rubbing wheels. Lumpkin down low. Lumpkin up into 5th. Bradley now into the wall as Dittmer jumps up into 6th place.
And Bradley's pushing that car as hard as he can, and there's just nothing he can do with it either.
And Bradley trying to hold that outside line on Dittmer, but Bradley's entire right-hand car looks like it just visited a banger demolition race, and that thing has more bends than a sheet metal shop.
I almost want to say it almost could remind me of a big Bomber 8 race that I saw.
And Bradley's just grinding into the wall as Dittmer went down low.
Yeah, Bradley's good at tearing apart that whole entire right side.
I think Bradley might have some suspension damage forcing him to turn right just a little bit.
I'm thinking that as well.
Yeah, but he did just get past Dittmer once more after a dogleg overtake. But just how much damage does Bradley have? As we have 2 laps left, we're going to be covering the lead as Dittmer dive down low into turn 1, but there's no avail right there. Back to the battle for the lead between Tucker and Higginbotham. Rhett Tucker, 2 laps to go through 3 and 4. And now it's 1 lap to go as they go out to the wall. Higginbotham and Tucker, 3/10 separates them, 4/10 separates them. Rhett Tucker in the lead by half a second. Can Higginbotham catch him?
I don't know. It's going to be very close, though. Not a lot of time.
It's Rhett Tucker through the dog leg and into turns 3 and 4. And for another time, we have a new stage winner. It's gonna be Rhett Tucker.
And this time, Rhett Tucker was able to hold off everyone on those older tires throughout the entire stage, and it finally paid off for him.
Rhett Tucker took stage 2 victory. Higginbotham took stage 1 victory. And these two are still 1-2 80 laps remain here in Phoenix for the Phoenix 200 for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series here on Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Can you see it? It's right there. Hidden behind an assortment of vibrant colors and corporate branding schemes. Look closer. Past the nearly 200 tons of handmade American steel. And beyond the highest quality, custom-designed electrical components and systems in the industry. Deeper still, to the very core. That's where you'll find it. The heart of NRE. Heart is what makes us who we are. Heart is why NRE products and services are made with more. More precision. More grit, and more passion. We're the largest independent supplier of locomotives, parts, and components on the planet. Vertically integrated and strategically positioned for multiple domestic and international facilities. Our capacity and efficiency are simply unmatched. Cast in worth ethic, and sealed with a calloused handshake. We design real solutions for real-world challenges. Whether we're leading the charge on clean emission solutions or integrating the latest performance-enhancing technology into virtually any locomotive platform, we quote to delivery and ship from stock to offer the most flexible and comprehensive work scope.
And we're back live here on
global
Racecraft
reach.
TV. If you're wondering why the caution is just a little bit out, the yellow came back out due to an incident, and Higginbotham has stopped on track. This is live.
What in the world?
Yeah, Higginbotham stopped on track. I think he's having a little bit of technical issues, but he was trying to let the 10 of Scott Osmat by, or these two are having a little bit of a trouble with each other. But as they're fighting it out, as they're trying to let each other pass, his engine stalled out and he stopped on track. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Well, that extended the caution by one more lap, and the pace car has its lights off right now. It's Tucker and Castleberry leading it out, and we're going back green to race it for the Phoenix 200. Good start by Castleberry, Tucker, and Richards. And all around goes the 37 again! Raul Meza spins it on the restart again. He did it at the start of the race. He did it at the stage 2 restart. And he's done it Grand Slam style on stage 3.
Jeez. Just he cannot catch a break on restarts.
And speaking of break, we'll be right back.
Can you see it? It's right there. Hidden behind an assortment of vibrant colors and corporate branding schemes. Look closer. Past the nearly 200 tons of handmade American steel. And beyond the highest quality, custom-designed electrical components and systems in the industry. Deeper still, to the very core. That's where you'll find it. The heart of NRE. Heart is what makes us who we are. Heart is why NRE products and services are made with more. More precision. More grit, and more passion. We're the largest independent supplier of locomotives, parts, and components on the planet. Vertically integrated and strategically positioned for multiple domestic and international facilities. Our capacity and efficiency are simply unmatched. Cast and worth ethic. And sealed with a calloused handshake. We design real solutions for real-world challenges. Whether we're leading the charge on clean emission solutions or integrating the latest performance-enhancing technology into virtually any locomotive platform, we quote to delivery and ship from stock to offer the most flexible and comprehensive work scope throughout our global reach. Our customers call it a return on investment. We call it the return of North American pride. Do you see it now? It's there. A raging fire that burns inside each and every designer, welder, engineer, and NRE team member. Heart is our anthem. Passion is our fuel. They drive us towards success, push us beyond boundaries, and they guide us to you. Heart is what moves us forward.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. Here under caution again for the 8th, 9th time for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series Phoenix 200 here on lap 130 as Rhett Tucker is leading the field behind the pace truck. The lights are out and they're getting ready to look for a better restart this time by for a crazy yellow. And on this restart, it looks like Tucker might have just got a bump from Robert Richards as we go back to green. And Castleberry bogs down on the gear shift. And he drops down a few spots. Castleberry's down into 4th now. And he just got swallowed up by Bradley and Castleberry. And now Bradley, the man on fire, is side by side with Robert Richards.
You would think he would have timed that better, but yeah, that was just worse. And
Missed a gear shift.
boy, oh god, yeah, that's even worse. Oh man, yeah, that was a whole lot worse for him. Glad everyone was able to give plenty of room on it, because boy, that could have been disastrous for everyone in the back half of the field.
It was extremely welcome for Rhett Tucker, though, as they're going 3 wide for 2nd place. The man on fire! Holding down that inside middle line. Dak to the inside. And then back into 2nd. Keith Bradley ahead of Richards. Followed by Castleberry. And Castleberry's looking down to that inside line, heading into 1. Richards going extremely wide, almost into the back of Bradley. And then he's going to swoop back low, but there's Castleberry, who's swooped into 2nd, 3rd place.
They're right now racing as if this is the last lap of the race, and we still have 60 plus laps left to go in this race.
76 laps left here, and almost into the wall goes Dittmer.
Boy, that could have gotten even worse for him.
Well, with all this battling and stuff, this is now the battle for 2nd place, as Rhett Tucker has completely checked out 1.4 seconds ahead of Bradley in 2nd place.
That didn't take long. Tucker's probably loving this right now. He's like, yeah, keep battling. Let me get further. Let me get 5 seconds ahead.
Well, Bradley is clear of battle for 3rd now, as Castleberry is constantly under attack by Robert Richards and Justin Lumpkin. Speaking of Lumpkin, the Danger Boy himself looking down low on Robert Richards.
Robert Richards has had a great recovery so far, up to 4th now, and even a more impressive run, but just, if he sits there in 4th too long, it's going to really hurt him, and he's gonna find a way to make a run here, otherwise he might get bogged down pretty badly by some of these other guys behind him making moves.
He's going to ride all board with Lumpkin. He's looking at that open line, but Richards just closes it right there. And Lumpkin sitting in that 5th spot. You're going to see the gap between Bradley and Tucker from that view.
It's amazing. 1.6 second difference right now, and slowly climbing.
It's
as
actually
well.
almost at 2 seconds now, as Bradley, very bad exit out of turn 1. And that's allowed Castleberry to get down low.
Oh boy, Castleberry's going to take every opportunity he can, even though these guys are teammates and Rhett Tucker Racing's 1, 2, and 3. It's still every man for themselves.
And Dittmer almost kissed the wall. No, not Dittmer, McKinnon almost kissed the wall. Their cars are very similar to me, looking at them front backwards.
Yeah.
But Bradley and Castleberry looking up high. Robert Richards and Lumpkin almost getting into each other as they go down low into the dog leg.
That dog leg's going to be make or break for a lot of people tonight, and it already has been for a few drivers.
Lumpkin forced wide as Mark Truxell stuck his nose down into there. And now Richards and Castleberry nose to tail for 3rd place through 1 and 2. Castleberry looking high. Richards looking low. Richards takes a trip down into the dog leg. Forcing Castleberry to stay up high, entering turns 3 and 4, and Richards sends it down low with a spectacular dive bomb into the braking zone of turns 3. He's got the move through 4 as they race down to the front straight. Castleberry is now sitting in 4th. Robert Richards into 3rd.
Castleberry is not happy with himself there, especially after that late move. Castleberry was trying to be defensive, but it just did not work for him at all. And such a clean pass as well.
Tucker has a 2.5 second gap to Bradley as Bradley sparked the wall again, entering the dog leg, using all the track. And now Robert Richards is on the back of Bradley.
I can't believe that car has not, I'm surprised the tire has not blown on Keith Bradley.
He sparked the wall again!
Oh my. Jeez.
I
Okay, Bradley, can you stop scraping the wall, please? Because you are scaring both of us here.
You aren't scaring me. This makes this very excited for me. And right pop. And almost into the wall goes Bradley again. This time on the exit of turn 4. And now Robert Richards. Let's run on board Robert Richards. And just watching Keith Bradley as we are looking at some lap time. Bradley does not scrape the wall this time. And he doesn't even take the dogleg this time. Here comes Richards in that Silverado.
I was going to say, if Bradley scrapes the wall again, I'm getting up from the chair and walking away from the booth, trying not to laugh.
Well, I need you to stay in here. I already had experience with you leaving once before. But Robert Richards being a lot smoother on the pedal. He's looking down low. He's down onto the inside of Bradley. Side by side, they go through turn 1. Bradley around the outside puts the foot down. Trying to use all the track. Does not hit the wall this time. Robert Richards briefly into second, but Bradley up onto that exit. That's a woken the fire in between him and the man on fire. Stays in the third. Behind the Lumpkin and Clift and Castleberry. Going side by side through turns 3 and 4. Castleberry and Lumpkin. Lumpkin ahead of Castleberry. Dittmer's joined Lumpkin up there. And we got 2 fights in beside this one fight as well. Lumpkin and Castleberry still side by side with each other. As Bradley and Richards leading out. They all take the dogleg this time by.
All taking the dog leg and all throwing haymakers at each other, trying to get some better track position. Meanwhile, Rhett Tucker's way out in front, and Tucker's probably loving this right now.
Yeah, now Lumpkin made the move on Dittmer, and Dittmer almost got into the back of Castleberry, and Robert Richards onto the inside of. There's so much action on Keith Bradley. The man on fire dives it down low into the dog leg.
Man on Fire is showing his worth and showing why he is called the Man on Fire. He is showing what kind of momentum he has and making those opportunities work.
And now Castleberry and Lumpkin going side by side through turn 4 and taking a big hunk of the wall was Keith Bradley. And Lumpkin sent it around the outside into the braking zone. Lumpkin jumps up into 4th place.
I'm curious how much damage Keith Bradley has on that right front, because he has hit that multiple times already.
Yeah, Keith Bradley wasn't the one who hit the wall. That was Robert Richards, and it was just a small
Richards
love tap. But Keith Bradley, he bites the wall hard onto the exit of 4. That's a lot of damage. Richards looks like it's his chance. The 48 Silverado jumping down low on Keith Bradley. Keith Bradley getting right as close as he can, but he wiggles on the exit, almost scrapes the wall again. He's going to dive to the top, but he almost comes into Richards. He has to correct it. Richards and Bradley both checked up right there. Bradley checked up onto the wall, and he tapped the wall, but Robert Richards up into 2nd place.
Keith Bradley's having a lot of lady luck right now, and is trying to defend everything he can for that
Lumpkin
2nd place.
Now into 3rd. As he passes Bradley, Dittmer almost gets turned around and under his own braking. Dittmer almost collects into Bradley. Bradley staying out high. Dittmer down low in the battle for 4th place. Dittmer gets ahead through the dogleg. Jason and now Jason Higginbotham, not Jonathan, Jason, Jamie, Jimmy's. A lot of J's in this field. But Jason Higginbotham, with that wing damage he's got from that lapped car in that random caution, has jumped up, swung it around the outside of Tyler Dittmer for 5th place now.
Yeah, with all that damage that Keith Bradley has, I wonder if it's going to really start hindering him on handling, because, I mean, that's a lot of significant damage on that right front now, and I think it's going to really start hindering him pretty soon.
And Jason Higginbotham and Tyler Dittmer finishing up the scrap right there, and bang into the wall! Goes Keith Bradley again. Keith Bradley's wiggling. He's swerving down the straight. He's falling down to 7th. Keith Bradley's car is unstable. McKinnon goes high. McKinnon goes wide. McKinnon goes into the wall.
Boy, I have no words.
Your words are, oh my goodness, how did he save that?
Yeah, oh my. He was at least, I'm looking back at a replay, he was at least 70 degrees sideways. I mean, what a save.
These trucks, we can see these trucks get very sideways. We can see them get saved pretty easily. compared to road cars and my favorite downforce Formula 3.5, you can barely get, I think, 20 degrees before it just kills you.
Oh, absolutely. I can agree with that 100%.
Lumpkin's to the pits.
And he's going to take the first opportunity. Pit window should be open as well to make it to the end, as we're less than 50 laps to go, and I believe these guys can make it on
7 laps to go.
Yep. And that's more than enough for the tires to last, so it's just going to be how aggressive you want to take it.
So we're looking for Danger Boy Justin Lumpkin as he's sitting in the pit lane. And going back live, Mark Truxell sitting in 5th. Lumpkin's going to get lapped. Robert Richards, though, in that battle for second. He's got Jason Higginbotham right behind him. And this battle for second is clear of Tyler Dittmer and Mark Truxell and Keith Bradley with Clinton Castleberry right behind them.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, with Justin Lumpkin coming into the pits, he's got to cross his fingers that nothing
Jason Higginbotham dived into the pit lane there.
Everyone, green flag pit stop are happening. This is the money stop for many of these drivers, so it could be a big make or break. Unbelievable how big of a lead Tucker has. I'm going to be curious on how long he's going to stay out before he decides to pit.
Well, I know some of these guys listen to this broadcast live, and Rhett Tucker is 6 seconds into the lead. Until second place goes into the pit stop, I'm not expecting him to even budge. But
absolutely.
And he can just stay out all the way until the cows come home, honestly, because he's almost within that window of making it.
If he's able to make it, I will be impressed.
It's going to be almost on that window of making it. But with what I was saying is with the gap behind him, he can just stay out as long as he can, go into the pits, lap everybody in the field that's behind him in second place. If he waits for second place to go into pits and still win this race. Just by splash and go. And caution's out.
Absolutely.
We are not going to get that.
Oh, no.
It's Jason Higginbotham sideways on the front straight, and he reverses, and he hits someone else.
Oh,
the 12 gets his nose hard, and oh my goodness, Roggy has hit a sideways Higginbotham.
Oh no, not Rog. Oh my goodness.
And the 94 hits Higginbotham.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna be watching this from our chop cam. Higginbotham spinning out of turn 4. And then this is where it all goes down low. Higginbotham stuck in the middle of the track. Reverses down to the pit wall. That collects the 12. And he says, sorry, hits the accelerator. Almost hits Rhett Tucker. And then Nathan Raugi comes out of turn 4. Hits the 56 again. Who hits the 12 again. And as they get back going on, the 94 Zimmerman hits the 56 and the 12 again. And the yellow is still flying, and Higginbotham is just stuck there, waiting to turn back the wheel. He sees the end of this group that was Lumpkin, reverses it back, and then he gets collected again.
Gosh. Oh.
And now he finally gets going.
Yeah. Oh goodness. I have no words. Yeah.
Drive straight. Hit the brakes. Look. Don't full throttle into yellow.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Some
there's a reason that there's a reason there's a yellow flag out.
When I was racing in real life, if you see a yellow, you're supposed to let off the gas through the corner. If it's on an exit, you can apply some throttle to it. But, you know, we've respected the yellow flags.
Yep.
And treated them as yellow flags. Well, that stop allowed Rhett Tucker to stay in the lead and take that green flag. Well, not green flag, yellow flag pit stop. But that has destroyed these strategies of these guys that went into the pits earlier. Because that yellow pretty much disallowed them to stay out but it
Yep.
did allow it to stay out just a little bit and get their lap back.
Yeah, I mean, Rhett Tucker was kind of. I kind of feel bad for Rhett Tucker, especially having a 6 second, a 6 second gap over second place. He was clearly was going to be the man to win this race. It had that late caution not come out, and now it's pretty much fill the tank up top to the top, put fresh tires on, and pretty much hope that everything goes your way.
Well, he certainly has the pace with Higginbotham getting that massive damage, and he is the fastest car on track. He qualified second today, and right beside him is Robert Richards. He's hoping that Richards and Dittmer have a battle off the restart, and Truxell and everyone behind him. He's got Keith Bradley behind them as well, so there's going to be a fight behind him, but will it involve the car in second place?
It's going to be a big fight. It'll be very curious to see what Richards does, because I mean, you've got to worry about Bradley, you've got to worry about Truxell, a few others. I mean, Bradley's got all kinds of damage. I don't even know if he's already he's probably used his fast repair already and has been probably also pit farmed a little bit, trying to get whatever damage he can get done.
Bradley's car is looking spanking new.
Oh yeah, so he just used the fast repair. So yeah, so this could get very interesting in the top 5.
Well,
All right, man. Like
oh my
back on the
goodness!
radar, we're not going green this time. We
there
are
has
not
been an
going green.
incident
Oh no.
between Mikey Williams and Tim D. Price underneath yellow. Here's Tim D. Price. He's racing to catch back up to the field, and he
dear.
spun it coming out of turn 1. And then Mikey Williams coming out of pit lane. The 78 just stopped down there. Tim D. Price, the 28. And while it's trying to spin back around, the 28, he hit the wall again, and that's what brought out the yellow.
Jeez.
Inside the yellow.
Well then.
Super yellow.
It's a nice little combo point there for that yellow flag with the double, and then yeah.
That's when you bring out the third yellow flag, and then a stern warning over race radio.
Yep.
Well, the pace truck enters pit lane, and Rhett Tucker hits the gas immediately! And he's got a good gap, and now Robert Richards is immediately in a battle with Tyler Dittmer. Richards and Dittmer. But Richards gets a good run into turn 1, and Richards has got his back end clear of Dittmer, and now Keith Bradley, the man on fire, dives it way down low into the dog leg as Dittmer and Richards battle out for a second. Dittmer jumps down onto the inside, forcing Richards to take that middle line. This is great in Rhett Tucker's mirror as he's pulling away. Keith Bradley, though. Keith Bradley sideways and into the wall! And he's collected by Casimir, and Casimir gets hit by the 7. And oh my goodness! Taylor
big
Peacock hits him, and it's a parking lot on the front stretch here at Phoenix.
Gosh.
Those
What
17
did we just witness?
of Brandon Bullock got absolutely packed up right there. Let's watch it again. Keith Bradley, the man on fire, just gets spun around by himself. Casimir got spun around as well. That's 1, 2, 3. Scruggs McKinnon, the 37, the 81 of Taylor Peacock getting involved in there as well. 6 cars contact. Casimir, Peacock, Bradley, McKinnon, Bullock, and Scruggs, the cars involved. And we got a car smoking. That's the 7 cars involved. That's the 37 of Raul Meza once again involved.
Gosh, just some of the impacts, and then Bradley getting the worst of it in the rear. Oh gosh, that was hard to see.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, oh man. At least 4 trucks that was on that outside line when the incident happened.
Justin Lumpkin made it through there. And here's a few from Lumpkin, just almost giving Zimmerman a tap, and just has to slam onto the brakes.
How did he avoid serious damage out of that?
Well,
Oh my
he pretty much
goodness.
parked the car. Let's look on the NASA car of Dane Hagen.
Oh, boy,
Oh,
this is about to be
Peacock got crashed up right behind there. Egan just gave Peacock a little bit of a tap. Chip Turner was involved very closely behind 37, and oh my goodness, Turner got involved too, and Turner got banged up and around, as Daniels was also involved. Here's a view from Tyler Daniels. Daniels thought he saw the gap, and then Turner just turned in front of him, and Daniels' car is
Nowhere to go.
messed up as well.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go.
All right, here's a view from Bradley's nose. Bang, bang, bang. And that was Taylor Peacock that just sent him flying. Let's take the view from Taylor Peacock.
This is gonna be rough.
Boom!
Ouch. That's all I gotta say is ouch.
Well, as caution certainly is out. You just hear Bradley revving that engine as much as he can. Rhett Tucker, though, leading this race and putting Bradley a lap down. The exit is closed for Bradley, and Bradley is going to be stuck with a EOL and a lap down.
Gosh, could it get any worse for Bradley? I mean, oh my goodness. That was hard to see.
Yeah, Bradley, his car is just struck, straught, strugels, Stranaused, S-word, sunk, word meaning death,
Right?
strangled. What? Wow.
Oh boy. Only 12 cars on the lead lap from what I'm seeing now.
Yeah, that took a lot
Oh
of cars
my
out of
goodness.
contention. Osmat,
Yeah.
Daniels, and a few of these cars were involved in an incident. Osmat, Daniels, Turner, Castleberry, Scruggs, Lupkin, Hagen. The only cars that I think that are not involved as... Red Tucker has been so fed up, he just murdered a cone.
I don't blame him right there.
He's bored. Tucker's bored.
That's when you know Rhett's like, okay,
We've been under caution too many times.
Yeah.
This is the 10th time now.
oh jeez.
Well, as pace cars pulling in this time by, it's time to go back racing. Tucker, Richards, your front row, followed by Dittmer, Truxell, Price, Lumpkin. Your top six, and here goes Tucker again, immediately onto the gas. Richards got a good run, but there is Dittmer onto the inside of Truxell, your top four, leading it out through the field, but Tucker's got an amazing lead already.
Yeah, Tucker just gets an amazing start, leaves everyone in the dust, and Tucker's just really good at getting those starts perfect.
Well, he's going immediately with the pace cars coming into the pits. And onto the entry of the dogleg, Richards scraped the wall.
Yeah, Richards trying to do everything he can on catching up to Tucker.
And
but
here
it's
is Truxell on Dittmer. 5 onto 4 for fourth place. For third place, Mark Truxell makes the move onto Tyler Dittmer.
Truxell able to make the move on Tyler Dittmer. Now he's got to keep an eye on Richards. It's going to be very difficult, though, as Richards is not going to be playing nice on, especially with less than 30 to go. Truxell's going to have to do everything he can to be able to get around him.
Got Truxell now ahead of Dittmer, and that's allowing Justin Lumpkin to close in, and Lumpkin was just barely involved in that incident. He's thinking the stars right now, but can these guys keep it green for 30 more laps?
It's going to be very close. As I mean, these guys are turning up the whip now. It's go time.
We got a car slow. That's Chip Turner. Almost losing it into the wall, but he's kept it going green. The 01 car still going strong.
Save. Great save for him as well. Boy, that could have ended in disaster.
Indeed. Go back to our battle for third place between Truxell and Richards. And Dittmer look for the early attack onto the gas. Dittmer looking down low. He's side by side with Truxel. He sends it in onto the brakes. Truxel forced to go wide. Dittmer down low. Dittmer's got it by a car like Dittmer. Into third place now on Truxel. Both these guys tied at 18 overtakes today. And behind them, Justin Lumpkin and Dustin Scruggs. Scruggs down low. Lumpkin forced to go wide, coming out of 3 and 4, but Lumpkin onto the switchback, heading into turn 1. It's not going to happen as Truxel look down onto the inside of Dittmer. Nothing's going to happen right there as well.
Looks like Truxel's just already used up his tires. I believe he stayed out that time too, so it's already
Stayed out.
Yeah,
Cars
so
that
he's
went
already
into the
used
pits
up-
is
are the ones
Dustin
that got
Scruggs and Clinton Castleberry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Truxel used up some of his tires a little too early there, and it's really costing him now after this restart.
Well, he's been defending and attacking every time. The oldest tires in this fight is Justin Lumpkin's, actually. He went into pits on lap 152. Everyone else went in on lap 158. Scruggs on lap 165 tires just has a barely advantage over them, but that advantage is showing right now. Scruggs looking down low on Truxel. He's got his nose down in there. Taylor Peacock's entering the pits once more, and I believe that's to retire the car. Scruggs looking like a run. Truxel defending down low now on Scruggs. Scruggs holding on that outside line, unable to get it going.
Scruggs is doing everything he can to try to make the move, but it's just not working for him, and at the same time, he's really getting himself in trouble, too. He has to keep an eye on the guy behind him, because if he makes one mistake...
Scruggs trying to hold it around the outside. Scruggs is trying to hold it around the outside, heading in out of turn 4. He's got a great exit. Scruggs and Truxel, side by side, racing into turn 1. Scruggs, though, holding around the outside. He's got the car length, though. Can he hold it on onto the exit? He's got Truxel, though, onto the exit, onto the dog leg, and back in front of him. Scruggs and Truxel still side by side through turns 3 and 4. They got Lumpkin down low. Scruggs just ahead, just behind of Truxel as they race through turns 3 and 4. Lumpkin forced to go low as Scruggs takes his place. And now the battle for 4th is turning into the battle for 5th between Lumpkin and Scruggs.
And just as I said it earlier, Scruggs is trying to make a great move on Tyler, and it just did not work out for him, and now he's in danger of losing his 4th place now to our 5th place driver currently.
They're still racing it out. Scruggs, he's got his nose all over the back of Truxel, but Truxel, he's got a show behind him. He's got 3 cars all winning the same piece of track of Scruggs, Lumpkin, Castleberry. They're going 3 wide entering turn 3, all behind Mark Truxel. He's got a great view. Castleberry now onto the inside of Scruggs. Castleberry made a wonderful move down onto the inside heading into turn 3. And now Scruggs and Castleberry going side by side heading into turn 1 as we watch this race from the gearbox of Mark Truxel as these 3 battle it out for 5th place. Castleberry down low. Castleberry's got the move on Scruggs. Castleberry's got the run. Castleberry into 5th. And now Scruggs and Lumpkin battling out for 6th place.
Truxel couldn't believe his eyes when he looked in his mirror and saw that happening behind him.
And someone riding on the gearbox of Truxel. Oh, and Scruggs got punted!
Oh, goodness. Wow.
And Scruggs got turned sideways, but Scruggs was able to save it, and now Scruggs has dropped down to 7th place.
I don't
And now
know
the laps
how
cars
he-
that's called in front. We got a blown engine! Eric Zimmerman has blown his engine in the middle of the track!
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's going to throw out a caution if he doesn't make it back
Pulls
to pit
down
road.
to the apron. He's got to pull down to the wall, but Eric Zimmerman has blown his engine on the middle of the straightaway. That car's got a lot of front end damage, and he's going to park it right there. We're going to see if this brings out a yellow with 18 laps to go. And Zimmerman going slowly, unable to get any res, and the caution is out.
My goodness. Wow, this This got interesting. This, yeah, well, yep, this is going to get really interesting with about 13 to go, roughly.
Now, what will Tucker do? Are we going to see a very late pit stop from Tucker? Or a very daring pit stop for somebody behind him?
I think it's going to be a very, very late pit stop. But if Tucker does not pit, we might be seeing some people last second going into the pits.
There's Eric Zimmerman's car just stopped and is going to get towed back to the pit lane. You might be asking if somebody lap's car can give him a little bit of a bump draft. Nah, he's towed back to the pit lane. I kind of wanted to see someone bump draft him.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I was with you there. I was
and looking into the pit lane, Tucker's looking down low. Robert's looking low. It's not a fake. It's not a fake. Castleberry stays out.
Here we go. And we know how Castleberry is, so this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out with him and Rhett Tucker.
Chip Turner also staying out. But 2 cars out of the entire field staying out. But it's a old tire 1, 2, and 3 as Tyler Daniels is staying out as well. We got another car that's smoking and going around. Who's going to win this race off of pit road? Tucker getting ahead. Tucker spinning out the tires. Tucker beats out Richards.
Easy win for Tucker as well. Just keeping it nice and smooth, and Tucker's just his pit crew just proves it every time.
Well, as you say that, looking at the pit stop time, yep, winning it by 3/10. It is Rhett Tucker in the box.
Yeah, he's got one of the best pit crews right now, and he's shown it this race.
I don't know where you adjust a pit crew stat in your iRacing, but I would love to find that strategy.
Yeah, that's
Tyler Daniels thought about it, and he didn't want to be starting in 3rd. And so he's going to be going to the pit lane. So the front row is a lockout of older tires that went into the pits on lap 165. Chip Turner and Clinton Castleberry going to be leading out Rhett Tucker and Robert Richards. Tucker on the inside line, Richards on the outside. But Tucker's teammate, Clinton Castleberry, will be ahead of him. So I expect team orders on this restart. And they're going to be in each other's ear on when they're going. So watch this restart. Turner might get swamped.
Yeah, I can see that happening, and Turner will not expect it at all. And next thing he'll know is he'll be in 3rd place wondering what just happened.
Well, as we're watching this, somebody we need to be watching, Tyler Dittmer. His fan club is in the chat right now. Hello, Casey Harry and Fine Points. They're cheering for the Danger Boy, TD87. I'm on the wrong car. Of Justin Lumpkin.
Yeah, that's always kind of awkward when you have the wrong car focus.
My dyslexia went to Tyler Dittmer. Lumpkin. Here's your camera time. Thank you, Casey Herring, and 5 points for supporting Justin Lumpkin here on Racecraft TV. I'm not sure if he sent you all over here to this broadcast or if he's listening on live, but he certainly thanks you for your support. See, he's currently sitting in 7th place. What will the 87 do as Chip Turner and Clinton Castleberry lead out the field here on Old Tires? Watch the restart from Rhett Tucker and Castleberry. Watch it be in sync if they're in each other's ears as we're going back to green flag race again. There it goes. The teammates go together. Tucker jumps Chip Turner. And Richards does as well. Richards went down to the inside. Tucker and Richards jump up on Chip Turner.
Yeah, and Chip Turner, I mean, you called it, did not know what to expect.
And now Tucker down to the inside of Castleberry. Tucker's up into 1st. Now Robert Richards gets into the side of Castleberry. He's trying to bully himself up into Second place, and Richards gets up there right now, but he's still side by side with Castleberry. Castleberry gets tagged from behind by Turner. Turner's into the wall.
Yeah, Turner's doing everything he can do on being aggressive, but it just didn't help him at all, and it's just gotten bad to worse.
It's a sprint to the finish. Richards got no one behind him and no one in front of him as Brett Tucker has got 5 tenths, and oh no, Justin Lumpkin gets very loose and went almost into the pit wall as he was passing Chip Turner.
That could have been deadly.
That could have been a little bit sketchy.
Maybe a little more sketchier than that.
I don't know how to get more sketch besides jumping a freaking shark. And last I checked, there's no sharks in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, can't confirm. I have to know.
And oh no, Lumpkin's grinding up against the wall.
Oh.
He's turning this into Tony Hawk Pro Skater right now with even more skateboarder references with 10 laps to go.
Especially when you add in the new one coming out too.
But Lumpkin is still closing in on Castleberry because Castleberry's on those older tires, and Lumpkin's pushing as hard as he can in the battle for 5th place. Can the 87, the Danger Boy, do it?
It's gonna be close, but he's got enough time. He's just gotta time it right here, make the best move.
And there he goes. He's got the switchback move on Castleberry. Castleberry went wide. Lumpkin went low. Heading into 3 and 4. Lumpkin onto the brakes. Jumps ahead of Castleberry.
Perfect move to be able to time that. Switchback was excellent. It's a great move by Lumpkin.
And up front, Richards has caught up to Tucker by half a second. In the battle for first, it's Tucker, Richards, Truxell, Dittmer, Lumpkin, and Castleberry, your top 6. 8 laps to go, and Richards is slowly catching Tucker.
The question is he gonna have enough laps to get there and then fight for that win?
7 laps to go, half a second. Richards still closing in. He's got the draft of Tucker in front of him. It's now 4 tenths. Tucker losing ground to Richards, who is pushing as hard as he can to catch up to the 99 Malware Bites machine.
Tucker's got to give it all he has now, because if he doesn't give it his all, he might as well kiss this victory goodbye.
And a little bit of a mistake from Richards. He goes wide through turn 1. 6 tenths now.
And that might have just hurt him enough. I mean, we've got 6 laps to go this time, and it's just gotten worse and worse for him.
We're riding on board with Tucker. They drop Clinton Castleberry from this fighting window. Lumpkin is way far out the window. 8 tenths now separates Richard and Tucker. Tucker is just being consistent. He's putting down lap after lap, keeping it the same way. And he's just letting these guys behind him push themselves into a mistake. This is very smart by Tucker as Dittmer and Truxell. Their fight for 3rd is heating up.
Fighting for 3rd is heating up, and Truxell's going to have to do everything he can to be able to keep Dittmer
Oh, and
behind him.
Lumpkin bites the wall.
And Lumpkin again just flirting with that wall, and it's not helping him at all. It's going to hurt him with the sprint, and it's already falling to almost a second now on Dittmer.
Lumpkin's jumped up 2 spots on that restart with Clinton Castleberry and Chip Turner falling down to 6th and 7th. So he's going to be happy on there. Those tires paying off for him. But that wall contact, what could have been for Justin Lumpkin on this restart. But all these guys battling hard to go still. But they're now just separated by each other as Mark Truxell and Tyler Dittmer, the 5 and the 4, still battling it out or just following close to each other in this fight for 3rd place with 3 laps to go here in the Snead Competition Design Truck Series Phoenix 200.
Yeah, with this battle going on, Truxell's doing everything he can to hang on to his position. It's going to be really tough, but I think he might be able to hold it off. He's just got to play his cards right, not be too defensive, and he should be able to hang on to it.
Dittmer is closing in on Truxell. with almost 1 lap to go. The white flag about to be flying into the air. The flashlights are coming out. And here they go. White flag here in Phoenix. Last time by.
Rhett Tucker with an amazing performance, and it looks like he's going to walk away with this victory. And what an unbelievable race for Rhett Tucker.
It has been a wonderful race. He started on the front row, fell back a little bit, but he's brought it back to win stage 2 and to win the race. Ladies and gentlemen, Rhett Tucker back into the victory lane.
Absolute dominating performance since second stage, and just ran away with it, kept that truck clean, avoided all of the mayhem behind, and just what an amazing race for Rhett Tucker.
What a amazing race indeed by Rhett Tucker as he takes another victory in the NASRA. Well, as he goes to burn the house down. Let's give it up for Rhett Tucker. And he hits the wall for good measure.
Yeah, he always managed to do that one way or another, right? Oh, always bound to happen.
And Castleberry actually went to give him a post-race celebration. But as Rhett Tucker
that's typical.
Rhett Tucker finishes out, let's go and give y'all our race results. Our top 20: Tucker, Richards, Truxell, Dittmer, Lumpkin, Castleberry, Turner, Price, Scruggs, Hagen, Osment, Sarge, Meza, Bullock, Thomas, Munda, Williams, Daniels, Zimmerman, Bradley. Your top 20 there, followed by Peacock, McKinnon, Higginbottom, Rauge, and Thomas Haley in 25th. But all eyes are on Rhett Tucker as he takes another victory here today on Racecraft TV. And I think it's time we go and interview our race winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again Rhett Tucker.
Hey, is this thing on?
It is on loud. What's up? Rhett, how was that race?
That was it went pretty smooth for once, man.
Well, smooth for you, smooth for the rest of the field. That was not true, but you kept it clean as a whistle besides that one contact with a blue cone on the yellow lap.
Oh, that thing, man. Who kept putting that thing back up? I can't stand that cone, dude.
I believe it was Tyler.
Oh, yeah. That was a good race. I love this track, man. And I don't know, just kept her smooth all night, and it worked out.
In practice and qualifying, you were coming second up to only Jason Higginbotham, and in qualifying, he out-qualified you by 500ths of a second. Going into this race, were you a little bit worried?
No, honestly, qualifying never really is my strong spot, man. I can, I don't know. I'm a lot more comfortable, getting a couple laps in with traffic and, figuring my car out. 3 laps, I mean, can't do much 3 laps.
True, but in 12 laps, you definitely can. And on that restart, you had your teammate leading out the field on older tires. Were you communicating about the restart on when you were going to go to formulate the perfect restart for you two?
I tried to, but it didn't really work out. We've done that in the past and it hasn't worked out. So
Well, it seemed like you did, because you both were on it and already passed Chip Turner going into turn 1, but Richards followed you all the way to the end. But it was a
I will say first gear is definitely what you need to be in to restart here. That's how I kept getting a good jump.
All right, well, you're more brave than me. All right, well, congrats once again.
Thank you, man.
Rhett. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, man. Racecraft TV, Nasra, Michael McKinnon, Brady LaBeouf, everybody that puts this on. My boys at RTR, Malware Bytes, Prosper Engineering, and primary Jeep Hummers and Tacomas, man. That should be it. Oh, and my son, Raiden Tucker.
All right. Well, congrats, Rhett. You go celebrate with your son right there for another win here in the NASRA.
Thank you, guys. You want to celebrate, buddy? Have a good one.
That's a great victory lane moment. Thank you, Rhett. You have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Tyler, who you with?
I'm with the second place of Robert Richards, and oh man, and with Robert Richards getting out of the truck, you had a hard fight with Tucker trying to time that restart, and it just didn't play out for you.
No, man, it didn't. It didn't play out the way I wanted it to. I didn't want to jump it because I knew a couple of people got some black flags for it for jumping, and I didn't want to get that. But he was able to edge me before that last caution came out. I feel like I was catching him a little bit. And once that caution came out, he got fresh tires. He was back on the roll again. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and with that strategy too. I mean, I know you guys were. I have a feeling a lot of the drivers, including yourself, are probably worried when Rhett had that 6-second gap. I mean, how close were you on seeing about doing that money stop before the caution came out?
I had planned on going in on about lap 65 to give me some time to cycle back through and be able to actually get up back through the field. That's about when I was planning on going in. Unfortunately, it didn't play out that way. I still think he had a pretty big gap. He probably didn't have nothing too much to worry about. Lap cars played a factor in it, but I think if that last caution didn't come out, I think I probably at least would have been there with him.
Absolutely, and I mean, what a race as it was, being able to avoid a lot of the carnage that happened. Still walking away with the second place. Definitely. Do you have any sponsors and shout outs do you want to give out?
Hey, I'll give a shout out to Nasra, Mike, Racecraft TV. Y'all do an awesome job on the podcast. Honestly, I didn't plan on running any of the Friday night races, but I didn't have nothing going on tonight. So probably gonna have, because these are pretty good, tough guys, man. I'm probably gonna have to go make the truck and get this thing rolling and see how far we can get.
Absolutely. Well, awesome race again for you. Coming away with a second place victory. We wish you well next week. As next week is going to probably be another classic one like this, as it was great racing throughout the entire field, and we wish you luck on the next week.
Thanks, guys. I also want to give a shout out to Brady. He's helped out. We've talked. He's helped me out a lot with these tracks as well.
Absolutely. And Austin, I mean, as you heard it from Robert, I mean, had a great race, and I know you're standing with third place currently with Mark Truxell.
As I am, I'm standing with the number 5, Mark Truxell, and the biggest mover of this race, up 19 spots from where we qualified, all the way to finish up there into third. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Truxell. Mark, how was that race?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to need about 8 hours of sleep after that one. Come on.
Oh, you're going to need all 8, maybe a 9th. You were in a hard-fought battle from start to finish, but the man you were really into the battle is the number that came in front of you, number 4, Tyler Dittmer. Talk about that massive battle you had throughout most of the second half of this race.
Yeah, it seemed like he was there all night long, and putting on quite the battle there towards the end. And I was just trying not to make a mistake because I knew he'd get it. If I made one little mistake, he's going to be right there.
Talk about the wall, because it seemed like everybody was hitting it coming out of 3 and 4 and coming into the dog leg. Just that right side of people's cars were just getting absolutely destroyed. What is your thought on the exit at turns 3 and 4 and that wall?
It doesn't bother me too much. I kind of started using the Kevin Harvick line there for a little while. Once the fuel burned off, it seemed to work for me. And, it's a real easy track to overdrive, that's for sure. But, no, I didn't have any troubles with it. Just the 2X for that single car spin's all I had.
All right. Well, it is a good finish for you. A amazing move up the grid, up 19 spots to take a good third place. Before we let you go, Mark, anyone you want to thank?
Oh yeah, we got a whole list of people here. I'd like to thank my daughter first of all, Little Tate's Cupcakes, and I want to tell her I love her and the kids. And I'd also like to thank Alex Morgan Imaging.com, Snead Competition Designs, the NASA League, also you guys at Racecraft TV, and any friends and family that are watching. I just thank everybody for your support.
All right. I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy with your performance today. Thank you for racing with us tonight, and congrats on third.
All right, thank you guys. Hope it's a good show.
It certainly
Oh,
was.
absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely a great show.
Well, Tyler, before we go out, any final words from you?
I wish I brought my other laptop with me, the one that I knew worked with the MacBook, because otherwise I could have at least had a lot better pictures. But even still, just everything that we saw, I mean, you saw battles inside and out, all the way from first all the way to last, and then the wrecks happen, and you would not expect them to happen. And it was, I mean, a lot of chaos, control. I guess you could say controlled chaos, but I mean, these guys put on one heck of a show. Even with how many times a lot of these guys were hitting that outside wall, but it just proved how tough of a track Phoenix is.
It certainly was. Phoenix, one of the toughest tracks out there on the calendar, but it certainly paid off for Rhett Tucker here today as he takes another win here for the Snead Competition Design Truck Series for the Phoenix 200. Thank you, everybody who's joined us here on Racecraft TV. I've been joined by Tyler Vickery. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.